So, what are you doing down there?
Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand Aquarium Emperor, the Triviamaster of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Triviamaster Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter and losing will cost you everything. I'm Fluval, Grand Triviamaster of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is Intern Cinema.
Hello, Fluval.
Hello.
I'm so glad to have you once again all around me.
Yes, and welcome back. You were off last week.
I was.
Where
That's true.
Intern Emily Pineapple and I did a post show for Chris Gethard's That Show.
It's true. Though technically, this corporeal form was still here.
What?
Intern Emily Pineapple was piloting this body.
But you looked so different.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Did we now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all third-dimensional beings do look the same.
I suppose so. I mean, let me see. Wait, you're telling me it was really... Intern Pineapple really was piloting this intern's form? That's wild, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I gotta take their word for it.
Who did you just ask?
I looked in the mirror. I looked in the mirror and questioned myself. Negative, I am a meat popsicle. Dizzying, panning, says WizWorld Live. What do you mean? It's just now in stereoscopic volume vision where you get to hear me move as I move around. Whoa, whoa. I'm above you now. Now I'm below you.
Oh.
No, it's just left to right. It's just farther. See, now I'm far away.
Ah.
Yeah, no, I'm so far away right now. And now I'm back. And now I'm over here.
Ah! Whew. Fluv.
What?
Stereo.
Yeah, we've said it's stereo for so long.
Yeah. Spatial reality is nothing to
It's
Fluval.
so true. And it's, oh, what a room. It's so echoey. I'm underwater.
It is a place that humans should not be.
Yes.
Mortal mind cannot
Yes.
possibly perceive
I'm
this
making
is
a
true.
scene because of the scenes in StreamYard.
Fluval at the improv.
So let us know if when we say we're screen sharing, you don't see anything, because that means StreamYard has sabotaged us.
For the last time.
For the last time.
Blood Bowl was
Blood Bowl.
mentioned.
It was. It's orc football.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Love
people
that.
die. It's great.
Love
And
that.
people may die in this game of trivia. So go to crowd.live and enter the code GPGSJ so you can play Pulp Fiction trivia against Brad's big brain. Bad motherfucker. I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco. Royale with cheddar bacon ranch and Royale with cheese. And Oposilus koalas.
Ooh.
And good pulp. Gotta see it, Josie, is the room code. So go to crowd.live and enter the code good pulp. Gotta see it, Josie.
Josie.
And you can even play bingo here with the bingo made by Things from the Void. Too anxious to play tonight. Must play word puzzle while you watch. Well, that's fine. Sounds like you're already suffering enough.
Ha! Delicious.
And welcome Suitcase Full of Piss. From that glowing, glorious golden piss as seen in Pulp Fiction.
I have heard a wonderfully convincing theory that inside of that briefcase is actually a Silmaril.
Yes.
Which is, of course, one of the 3 glorious gems created by Fëanor at the, in Valinor, once the elves went to Valinor, by harnessing the light of the 2 trees.
Yes.
That were stolen, of course, by Morgoth.
This is how long this theory is, so we're not reading it all.
I feel really bad because the Silmarils, because I was telling someone this story last week, and they were like, I was like, all right, so one Silmaril is in the bottom of the sea, and one Silmaril was eaten by Ungoliath, and the other Silmaril, it was in Morgoth's crown, and I'm thinking to myself, it's definitely not there anymore. And they're like, where's the 3rd Silmaril? And I'm like,
This is not my beautiful Silmaril.
I don't know. I completely forgot that Baron and Luthien stole it. Straight from the crown of Morgoth himself.
Wah, wah.
It's a whole story. It's the one that's on Tolkien's gravestone with his wife. And I forgot it. I was like, I don't know what happened to that third Silmaril. Heard it was piss. Could have been.
So it's disguised as the briefcase.
Yes.
Is the theory.
Yes. Is this a Pulp Fiction book? Presumably.
And part of the key is that that Ezekiel 25:17 isn't in the Bible. It's closer to being a quote from the Silmarillion.
Oh.
Or it's a description of the life of Maglor in
Yes.
the Silmarillion.
Maglor. What a guy.
During the first age, Maglor
What a guy.
ruled Maglor's Gap, a valley which collected the lands of the elves and the lands of Morgoth. Maglor held Maglor's Gap for 450 years, until Morgoth finally conquered the valley. Maglor led the retreat of his people, thus shepherding the weak through the valley of darkness. He fled to the fortress of his brother Medros in Himling, where he helped defend Medros' lands and people in battle, making him his brother's keeper. In ensuing battles, he captured the young Elrond and Elros, who had been orphaned after their parents fled across the sea, and adopted them, making him the finder of lost children. So that's it. Oh, here we go. If he was still alive in our times, did he remain bound by his oath and be hunting the Silmaril?
Yes.
So could Marcellus Wallace, the mysterious gang boss who wants the briefcase so badly, be Maglor himself?
He would.
Given that the name Maglor is a Centaurianization of his birth name Macalor, Marcellus doesn't even sound like much of a pseudonym. The main argument against this point is that Tolkien's elves are usually depicted as fair-skinned and lithe. Oh boy.
Yep.
There's one character in Pulp Fiction who is... Thank you! There's one character in Pulp Fiction who is clearly able to cast illusion-related magic. Mia Wallace. In the parking lot of the restaurant, she tells Vinny, "Don't be and then traces a square in the air, and the square appears in glittering light.
Yep.
Marcellus Wallace is married to someone who can cast visual illusions. So she can cast minor illusion.
Amazing. Incredible.
And so that's why the Silmarils are in the briefcase.
Magnificent.
And if you haven't, you can go to crowd.live and enter the code Good Pulp Gotta See It Josie, so you can play against Brad's big brain bad motherfucker. I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco. Royale with cheddar bacon ranch. Royale with cheese. Opossilus koalas. Suitcase full of piss. Haven't seen it yet. Now it's a $50 milkshake. Ain't that the truth? And man, I don't even have an opinion. And you can join our game of trivia even once it's underway. But why don't we get it started now, after the iconic crowd per gong sounds?
So iconic.
Here comes your first Pulp Fiction question. Conan the Barbarian debuted in which pulp magazine? Amazing Stories, Astonishing Stories, Fantastic Story Quarterly, or Weird Fantasy? Conan the Barbarian debuted in which of these pulp magazines? Amazing Stories, Astonishing Stories, Fantastic Story Quarterly, or Weird Fantasy? I told you you'd be mad, blog.
Fluval, you turtsy bitch.
I gave you 2 weeks to study the wrong topic. The sus horn won't protect you now. But let's see what you picked. 2 of you said Amazing Stories. 4 of you said Astonishing Stories. 1 of you said Fantastic Story Quarterly. And 3 of you said Weird Fantasy. The correct answer is, of course, Weird Fantasy. Specifically, he debuted in the story The Phoenix on the Sword, which was first published in December 1932. In the story, a middle-aged Conan of Cimmeria tries to govern the turbulent kingdom of Aquilonia and fends off an assassination attempt. And this Conan eventually turned into Conan the Barbarian.
The entire Conan collection from B&N, Barnes & Noble?
Yeah.
Is that? Okay. I was like, what?
B and N.
50-50 and guessed wrong. Ha!
Suffer. Well, howdy. It's every REH story plus the other main canon ones through the 70s. Wow. So Barack Obama read those stories. Because Barack Obama's a big Conan the Barbarian fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the 2008
I was
election,
like, sure.
it came up that he was a big Conan fan, and that was part of. Yeah, no, Barack's a Marvel zombie.
What the fuck?
That's what Marvel people call. That's what DC people disparagingly called Marvel fans, because they would just buy any Marvel book and didn't care if it was good. No, Barack Obama is a real big. Well, you know, there's a phoenix on the sword. Let me be clear. There is a phoenix on the sword.
Yeah, when is he going to executive produce
equivocate.
Conan?
You know, some people say there's a phoenix on the sword. Other people say there's not. I think we need to come together and overcome this divisive argument about whether or not there's a phoenix on the sword. I'm sure Michelle Obama will get on Conan right after she finishes Later Daters season 2. Remember when Stephen Colbert was president in Marvel? I remember when he ran for president. Yeah. Yeah. It was around the time he also got a NASA treadmill named after him. But yeah, no.
Oh, sick.
That was the Obama being a big Marvel person was part of why John Hodgman argued that Obama was we had achieved nerd jock singularity, where they had merged and become one because Obama's both nerd and jock.
Oh ho ho! There's a guy I know wore the jeweled crown of Aquiloni on his brow. I feel like you're doing an Obama impression, but it just made me think of
the jeweled crown of Aquiloni upon his brow. No, you know that's right.
Melkor.
Conan.
Not Melkor.
Morgoth.
Morgoth. Thank you.
Morgoth.
Because Melkor.
Melkor.
Is Melkor Morgoth or is Melkor Sauron?
Melkor is Morgoth.
Weigh in.
Morgoth is Melkor.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sauron is the base deceiver, the necromancer.
So I was correct.
Yeah.
Barack
Obama.
Because you see, Melkor is his name, and Morgoth means the enemy.
Melkor is his name. Oh, Melkor, Melkor. Melkor is his name. Oh, Morgoth then who?
Ooh.
I always thought Malgoth would be a very funny name for a Dark Lord. That'll probably be my character in the evil Baldur's Gate run is Malgoth.
Ooh, Tolkienverse Fellowship. That is a great draft.
Yes, an incredible
draft. That is a great draft. And you can pick anyone.
I pick the character from the Dark Shadow canceled novel of the youth who had fallen under the sway of the Dark Lord Sauron and his acolyte Yarvin.
I pick Stephen Colbert.
Oh yeah, he's in the movies.
Exactly.
I play video games. I'm a gamer. I'm an elite gamer.
He's the leadest.
Yeah, or I might delegate it to someone who serves me. I might delegate it to an intern.
Mm-hmm. You do love delegating.
I do love not having to do lowly third-dimensional things. Not that video games have to be. Some are truly fifth-dimensional experiences.
Who's
like the Stanley Parable?
Tylene?
How do I play without fingers? My mind.
Oh,
I just look at the controller and it knows to do what I want or else.
Yeah, and we usually get an intern in there with fine motor control. We go through a lot of them before they can kind of intuit what Fluval wants.
Oops, all golems. Well, also, I need to mention my controllers are like the ones from Existenz.
That is true.
So they're plugged into an intern's back. But when I do it, it is not erotic. Unlike, that's the way mine is different from Cronenberg's, is there is no erotic subtext to my Existenz controller. Yeah, but it's not an erotic goopy butt port.
Nope.
It's a sexless goopy butt pork. When the president does it, it is not erotic.
Yeah, Jude Law is nowhere near Fluval's goopy butt port.
Well, I don't have a goopy butt port. Interns do.
No, but it belongs to you.
I suppose transitive property, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You passed my test.
Thank you, Fluval. Thank you.
You know who may not have passed our test?
Who?
That's a weird... What page is that? Oh, that's the history of the Silmarils in Pulp Fiction again. Who may not have passed it is our leaderboard, where Suitcase Full of Piss is in first place.
Yes!
Bad Motherfucker not living up to their wallet in second. Brad's Big Brain in third. Pretty fucking far from all right in fourth. I can't do a crash zoom, but
Suck
check out my
it to
Thaco in
me.
fifth. Royale with cheese in sixth. Royale with cheddar bacon ranch in seventh. Now it's a $50 milkshake in eighth. Man, I don't even have an opinion in ninth. Haven't seen it yet in 10th. And Opal Balsalas Koalas in 11th. Exactly, I do too. Well, they're very related. We're talking about Pulp Fiction. And that continues in question number 2. Which of these TV dramas is named after a pulp magazine? Police Story, The Outsider, The Shield, or True Detective? Intern Forrest is going to do that for a prom party, where the theme is a prom that has the theme of One Night in Paris, and Intern Forrest fully plans to show up as a mime.
Yep.
I just insist he misunderstood the theme all night.
Yep. Because the alternate costuming, because we're like, all right, but this does suck for people who would traditionally wear suits or who would want to wear a suit to prom, because suits are boring as hell. So they're like, well, if you don't want to wear a dress, you can dress as sleazy college partner.
Yeah, like the kid who already graduated and is dating someone who's now still in high school.
Yeah, it's their second gap year.
Yeah, so one of our friends is going to buy like a No Fear shirt and stuff to really sell that.
Yep.
And I love that was the two ways that people went. It's like either they can be a like college boyfriend or a mime.
Yep.
One of us picked a low effort costume and it wasn't Intern Forrest. But Intern Forrest does have a lot of white spray paint for his beard that he needs to start
good
using.
point.
So it'll actually work pretty well. And some might say that was why mime came to mind, is so he could buy even more white stage product to get through the white stage product he already has. And also, perhaps he hadn't thought through that he has a giant head, and finding a beret that fits his head will be a real pain.
That is a good point. I have not, nor do I think intern Emily Pineapple thought about the beret part, but was stuck on the because she probably knows that she'll have to apply the white stage paint and do her damnedest not to buy it from this one particular makeup company that makes really excellent stage and clowning makeup that she keeps getting served ads for
you could.
on Instagram.
You could, though. That would be fun. Think of all the clown characters that could pop up on the show then.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true. But it would all be, because you have to get one, so it'd be white.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's what clowns look like.
Can probably make one out of felt. Not to insult Feltville, though.
It's coming up too soon.
I mean,
Party
the
is-
hostess has a sewing machine.
I think you'll find Intern Forrest has very little free time, considering that he will be in San Luis Obispo at a craft fair this Saturday.
Oh, how interesting for him.
Yeah. This show needs more clowns. I've said this about every show. Well, speaking of shows,
where's H-Dub?
Where is H-Dub? But speaking of shows, let's see what you picked for this one. One of you said Police Story. 2 of you said The Outsider. 3 of you said The Shield. 4 of you said True
they're
Detective.
In slow?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we gotta go to slow.
Have
So we're
to.
gonna crash in slow then.
Probably.
And 4 of you said True Detective, and the correct answer is True Detective.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Mask for Masquerade.
Whoa, Mask for Mask. That rules. Clowns are a very effective way of inflicting suffering.
Clowning?
Yes. The joy is subversive enough.
The joy is subversive.
No, I said subversive.
Oh.
Subversive.
I like
suffering.
that because it's suffering. I
the
like
joy
that.
is subversive enough.
BSB /
Bookshop Besties
RFM.
X RFM, the top collab
yes.
coming soon to Fortnite.
I love that.
Also-
We definitely have to have them meet Feltville.
We do. But also, here's True Detective Magazine, which True Detective, the TV show, was named after. As explained by Entertainment Weekly, an 8-episode anthology franchise similar to American Horror Story, in which each season spins a different yarn. True Detective has taken its title from the pioneering pulp magazine True Detective, the king of the so-called dick books, which launched the true crime category in 1928 at the dawn of the golden age of pulps, and folded in 1995. This magazine was around for almost 70 years.
I love this mask for mask, but also dick books.
And this dick
Have
book
we talked
was
about that with the bookshop besties?
Yeah, this
Dick books?
This dick book was it was called True
King
Detective.
of dick books.
This dick book was called True Detective because it had real crimes. It was real crimes adapted into short stories.
Dick books draft.
Can you imagine the savagery of a society that would consume true crime stories to entertain themselves?
The savagery.
I would never, but also check out Cult Podcast.
Yeah, I suppose those are mostly crimes.
Not really. It's just a good show.
Lesbian pulp novels. Fluval. Do we have any, what would, be pussy books? What's, a great old-timey slang?
Private dames.
For vagina.
Here's the third sex.
Well, we love that.
To fool the world, they married, for Joan loved women and Mark preferred men.
Wait, why is this a pulp novel? This just sounds like a great arrangement.
Because it's two gay people who got married. Told with unblushing honesty, here is a penetrating study of society's greatest curse, homosexuality. Lesbian pulp fiction is a genre of lesbian literature that refers to any mid-20th century paperback novel or pulp magazine with overtly lesbian themes and content.
Amazing.
Because they were some of the few books about lesbians at the time.
We love this.
The Strange Pack.
The Strange
Torchlight to
Pack.
Valhalla.
Oh, I like her little outfit.
I do too.
What a cute little couple.
Oh, Torchlight to Valhalla is the lesbian novel that was retitled to The Strange Path.
Oh, okay.
Women's Barracks.
You betray the law!
Law.
Women's Barracks was the first paperback to address the lesbian relationship. And it was a fictionalized account of Torres's experience in the Free French Forces in London during World War II. And the House Select Committee on Current Pornographic Materials was held up as an example of offensive books.
It's a whole category, Flu.
This one was
I
invented
see.
by a writer.
It's a
I don't approve.
whole. Look holes.
Don't look holes. No one should look holes. I don't disapprove because of the homosexuality. Because
Counterfeit lesbian?
I'll tell you,
Wait, why is she counterfeit?
probably because she's not real. She was a slave to love and led her clients to the altar of passion.
But why is she counterfeit?
I dare say Wikipedia will not answer that question. Whoa, you can buy a 10 by 16 print of it on Etsy.
I am a woman.
I am a lesbian.
I am a lesbian.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I can't find the back cover. I can only find the front. Yeah, it's part of the genre. These are all... I assume one of them is gay for... I think it's that she's gay for pay.
Oh.
Is the idea. I am a woman in love with a man. Must society reject me? The girls in 3B. We too must love. I am a lesbian.
What?
Her kind of love was different. But was it wrong?
Wait.
What's up?
I am a woman in love with a man. Will society reject me?
Must society reject me?
Is that... What is that about? Is that one of those, wow, secretly, we're telling you that being lesbianism is okay, actually, because we're showing a juxtaposition where society doesn't like heterosexual relationships, and we're like, how wild is that? And then, you transitive yourself into being
I Am Woman
oh.
is a lesbian pulp novel written by Anne Bannon, pseudonym of Anne Weldy. Its original title was I'm a Woman in Love with a Woman. Oh, it's In Love with a Woman. I just mumble-mouthed it.
Okay.
I am a woman in love with a woman. Must society reject me? She wanted the title to be Strangers in This World because there's a conversation where she says, everyone is a stranger until she finds someone to love.
Oh. Oh.
Everyone is a stranger.
Everyone is a
Everyone is a stranger. The girls in 3B, we too must love Odd Girl.
Odd girl.
She fought, she struggled, she even married a man, but in the end, Anne surrendered to tortured women like herself.
Ooh.
This is like the Doctor Who font from the Moffat seasons. Flying lesbian.
Wow.
This bed we made, lesbian hell.
I love flying lesbians.
And of course, it reemerged. The genre reemerged later on.
They also look like they are having the strangest
Yeah.
time.
Her twisted passion drove her to evil deeds as she sought pleasure in the arms of women.
Dr.
Oh,
Odd
and
Girl.
I Am a Woman in Love with a Woman, Must Society Reject Me was part of the Bebo Brinker Chronicles,
Oh.
which featured 4 characters who appeared in all... Okay, I'm going to rescreen that. Okay, here we go. The Bebo Brinker Chronicles, and I can't get over the fact that Bebo Brinker sounds like a Star Wars character.
Peebo Brinker.
I'm sorry, Padme, but Bebo Brinker says we can't be together. It's not the Jedi way.
Wait, is Peebo Brinker the lesbian or the
Bebo Brinker's a character in the Bebo Brinker Chronicles, but
who
Bebo
doesn't
Brinker,
like lesbians?
Bebo Brinker just sounds like a Star Wars character.
This
So
one
that's
was
what I was
invented
saying.
But is a Peebo Brinker
My
a
trusted-
lesbian or
my-
against lesbians
My
or for
trusted,
lesbians?
my trusted ally, Bebo Brinker, will help us escape Obi-Wan.
We need to know
Who is
about
Bebo?
what Bebo Brinker
Bebo
feels
Brinker. Okay,
about
here
lesbians.
we go. Laura has to choose between a straight woman with a wild and curious streak and a fascinating new character that proved to be her most popular of the series.
Ooh.
Bebo Brinker, who came to embody the description of a thoroughly butch lesbian.
Oh.
Bebo was smart, handsome, chivalrous, and virile. Once again, based on what Bannon knew, Bebo was nearly 6 feet tall with a husky voice and a formidable physique. The personality, however, Bannon says, was drawn out of her sheer need for Bebo to exist. After spending time in Greenwich Village and not finding anyone like her, Bannon instead created her. She remembered, I put Bebo together just as I wanted her. This is what I did with Jar Jar. In my high-earned mind, she was quite literally the butch of my dreams. The resolution to I Am a Woman completely flouted the trends of miserable lesbian fiction endings, which made Bannon a hero to many lesbians. That's actually really neat.
That is very
I like
neat.
that.
I love Bebo
That's
Brinker.
wonderful. Bebo Brinker.
More butch lesbian representation. We
I
love our
should've-
butch lesbians.
I really should have added Bebo Brinker. Oh, and then Bebo Brinker returned in the last series, Bebo Brinker, which was a prequel to Odd Girl Out. It follows Bebo around Greenwich Village 10 years before she meets Laura. Bebo gets off the bus from her rural hometown in New York to find a waiting friend in Jack and to discover herself. She begins an affair with a famous and fading movie star and follows her to California, only to return to be more honest about what she wants in life.
Yes, we love our butches.
Lost, lonely, boyishly appealing, this is Bebo Brinker, who never knew what she really wanted until she came to Greenwich Village and found the love that smolders in the shadows of the Twilight world. Wow.
We love this.
That's the last one.
I feel like this is on the level of Carol.
It feels Carol adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bebo was modeled physically on a sorority sister of the author.
Aw, how sweet.
Okay. And then in some of the other books, Bebo's less... Like, Bebo first appears very confident in I Am a Woman, and then is in Women in the Shadows less confident and more flawed, and then older and wiser in Journey to a Woman,
Well, yeah.
which is part of the Bebo,
You know?
Bebo Chronicles.
The Bebo Chronicles.
Yeah,
the
the
Shadows of the Twilight World.
The Bebo
also
Saga.
does sound like a Star
Yeah,
Wars novel.
the shadows and will Luke Skywalker escape the shadows of the Twilight world?
Bilbo Brinker.
Bilbo. Oh, you mean...
The lesbian Mary Sue of Lord of the Rings.
She's the finest lesbian that we know. Bilbo Brinker. I had to change hats for that one.
Good job.
Yes, and now let's go to our leaderboard, because remember, we're doing pulp trivia. Where Suitcase Full of Piss is in first. Pretty fucking far from all right is actually not that far from all right. They're in second. Royale with Cheddar Bacon Ranch in third. Thulsa Doom Room in fourth.
Oh.
Dick Books in fifth.
Dick
Bad
Books.
Motherfucker in sixth. The Bad's Big Brain in seventh. Opacillus Koalis in eighth. Man, I don't even have an opinion in ninth, and now it's a $50 milkshake in 10th. I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco in 11th. Royale with Cheese in 12th. Haven't seen it yet in 13th, and Suitcase Full of Piss would be a great
Yep.
name.
Yep.
for a
We
pulp
need
novel.
some modern pulp.
We do need modern
like,
pulp.
I feel like Chuck Tingle is a modern pulp artist. Right?
Interesting. Yeah, I see it. I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Like, it's mostly like, and all of the the smutty books.
Oh, like your
those
50s
are modern
shades?
pulp. No, like your milking minotaurs.
Oh yeah, the Milky Minotaur book
Yeah.
is totally modern pulp fiction.
Yeah.
Every book where people are on a road trip and there's only one bed.
Yep.
That's a whole genre. Trapped in an Island with Josh Hutcherson.
That is modern
Like,
pulp.
I think that's the thing. Like, internet fiction has sort of taken the place of pulp fiction because it's even cheaper to produce.
Yeah. My name is what is it? Vanessa Ravenclaw.
Oh,
Ravenway.
My Immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah, My Immortal is very much that. The one where the One Direction boys fall in love with a girl.
All of the ones where
Yeah.
you are sold
Yeah.
to One Direction.
Yeah, that's a whole genre.
Anytime someone is sold to a boy band.
Yeah, and that's a whole genre, as we learned from Jenny Nicholson. Well, I knew, but as many interns
Of
learned.
course.
I, of course, knew. But you know who didn't know that last question?
Yes.
It's Bad Motherfucker. Just kidding. Now it's a $50 milkshake lost the most points. Suitcase full of
movies
piss.
draft.
Suitcase full of piss. Hey, blog, send it on Discord where it's less ephemeral as well. Suitcase full of piss. Gained 906 points on that question.
Yes, after
And
the
Bad
books and
Motherfucker.
films.
Bad Motherfucker lost 856 points. And yeah, those after films are very much pulp.
Anyone who
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah.
hear about those but doesn't feel like watching them,
Amanda the
listen
Jedi.
to Romancing
No, that's
the
better.
Pod.
Those are better ones. Yeah, Amanda the Jedi also
Romancing
talked
the
about
Pod.
it.
A hilarious comedian Paige Wesley and her friends.
And Mikey.
And Mikey and Todd.
And Todd.
They're not comedians,
Todd
but
Schlosser.
they're funny.
They also do the show The Horror Virgin.
Yes.
Todd-
Creepypasta shit, absolutely.
Todd is the titular virgin.
There are a few specs in
Yeah, Jeff the
fiction,
Killer
but
is
yeah.
very pulpy.
Yes.
Slenderman.
Our Slendermans.
Yeah, your Slenderman. Yeah, your Sonic.exes, which is a cursed Sonic game.
I feel like Art the Clown as a concept
Terrifier, yeah.
is just very
I mean, like,
pulp.
Trauma feels like
Yeah.
the pulp fiction of movies, not Terrifier, especially Terrifier 1 before it gets higher budgeted. But yeah.
They're still pretty low
They're
budget.
still pretty low
They're
budget.
just clever as hell.
Yeah, no, they don't get that. They never get high budget.
SCPs. Mm-hmm.
All Shudder originals.
All of
Oh
them.
yeah, SCPs are definitely.
I like SCPs. I feel like they're pretty pulpy.
No, they're pulpy but they're less. I wonder if the collaborative nature of them makes them something that's more distinct from pulp. You know?
But pulp feels like it is a short distance from like fanzines.
Because the luridness is definitely part of like the key to it, and SCPs
Yeah.
aren't always as lurid, but they can be.
They're pretty lurid.
They're pretty
I
lurid.
feel like lurid is like what draws you in, and then
Yeah.
it's all the collaboration,
true.
which is like the fun stuff. Like how Star Trek survived because of gay fan fiction.
Yeah, Slash kept Trek alive.
Yes. That's right,
Yeah.
Trekkies. Thank
Kirk
your
Spock.
local Slash fan fiction writers.
In school.
Yes, Lifetime.
In school, which I say because I look like a fish to you, I was
absolutely.
shown a music video of Kirk Spock's slash fiction set to Closer by Nine Inch Nails,
Amazing.
and it was wild. It was a wild experience to see that
Incredible.
in a theater.
It's history and it's important.
No, and that was why it was shown. It was like this is the stuff that kept fandom alive because
Yeah.
the school program was very much underlining how key women fans were
Yeah,
to keeping fandom alive in the fallow periods,
absolutely true.
and how they tend to do
Women
fandom.
and queers.
Yes, and queers, and how they tend to do fandom in ways that are more transgressive, and so of course get a little cut off once fandom gets corporatized, which is part of why it starts to suck when it gets corporatized.
It does.
Yeah, one of my professors wrote the book Real Geek Girls, dismantling the concept that there's a real geek girl thing and like digging into that. You can get it wherever you get academic books. But you know what you can also get? Question number 3. Which of these was a real pulp magazine? Detective book magazine, detective story magazine, famous fantastic mysteries, or scientific detective monthly? Which of these was a real pulp magazine? Is it detective book magazine, detective story magazine, famous fantastic mysteries, or is scientific detective monthly?
Scientific Detective Monthly just sounds like a really boring like series of just like science experiments, but it's like the ones where it's like, what if I like change this one proton in this thing and see if there's a slightly different reaction?
I think it sounds like something Batman would have a subscription to.
Yes.
I must read Scientific Detective Monthly.
Who's William S. Gaines?
He owned EC Comics.
Oh, EC?
Yeah,
You betray the law!
the like horror comic publisher who has like the famous cover of like the severed head being held in a kitchen
Oh, love that.
that got brought in front of the in front of Congress with the 10-cent plague guy.
Uh-huh. And they're like, wow, what a cool piece of art. We should fund this.
And he also owns Mad Magazine, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that was not what Congress thought.
I don't know what dimension you're looking at, Fluval, but in my dimension, Congress was like, damn, that's really awesome. And they funded it, and everything's awesome on that planet now.
That planet does seem better off than the planet many of our viewers are on. But let's see what you picked. No, not move. I don't need to move. Why did I do that? Let's see what you picked. 2 of you said Detective Book Magazine. Yeah, the reason for the Comics Code Authority. 2 of you said Detective Story Magazine. 1 said Famous Fantastic Mysteries, and 1 of you said Scientific Detective Monthly. And the correct answer is
Famous Fantastic Mysteries.
they're all real.
Oh!
Detective Book Magazine was an American pulp science fiction magazine
Oh.
published by Fiction House in 1930 to 31 and from 37 to 52. Detective
Wow.
Story Magazine was an American magazine published by Street and Smith from October 15th, 1915 to summer 1949 for a total of 1,057 issues. Famous Fantastic Mysteries was a science fiction and fantasy pulp magazine, and Scientific Detective Monthly, also known as Amazing Detective Tales and Amazing Detective Stories,
Oh.
was a pulp magazine that published 15 issues. What I love is it had 3 names.
15 issues.
Yeah, there was 15 issues, and it had 3 different names across those 15 issues.
Were the issues, are they distributed equally? Like there was like
Probably.
5, 5, and 5? Or is it like 14 and then like 1/2 and 1/2? 13 and then 1 and 1?
It is tricky to see that data.
We should really get a magic 8-ball in here for questions like that.
We should. Amazing Detective Tales. Okay, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not like immediately gettable because you might. I mean, they're these things are well documented, but not like.
Not extremely well documented.
No. Okay, here we go. I found it actually.
Oh,
So-
Fool has one. Hang on. Ooh, a magic 8-ball?
Yeah.
Ask the magic 8-ball and send us a picture of what it says.
So
Ask
issues
again later. Damn.
issues 1 through 6 was Scientific Detective Monthly.
Okay.
And then from starting on issue 6, it was Amazing Detective Tales. And then the final issue, and then it was sold. And then was Amazing Detective Stories from February to August 1931.
So one issue was Amazing Detective
No.
Stories.
No. Like
Oh.
4 issues, 6 issues.
Okay. So it was roughly even.
But it seems like that might actually be a separate run. That was a separate run after it ended. It like got relaunched as Amazing Detective Stories. Though everyone says Science Wonder Stories. Oh, no, sorry. Everyone says Scientific Detective Monthly was a more accurate name. But very few of them were overt sci-fi stories. Like but a lot of them had sci-fi elements like Murder by X-ray or Whiskey Contaminated by Hormones.
What the fuck?
But yeah, and then the final version with Amazing Detective
Whiskey
Stories.
Contaminated by Hormones sounds like a modern, like, scare tactic against trans people.
It very much does. The whiskey that
Right?
will make you a woman.
Like, the hormones are coming for you. Like, Jesus.
I mean, these are from the 30s. It's not like they're going to be progressive.
Detective
Yeah,
Conan.
this is one of the covers of Scientific Detective Monthly. Arthur B. Reeve, creator of Craig Kennedy, editorial commissioner.
Well, they probably... I'm not sure if they were using hormones medically yet in the 30s.
There's also Exciting Detective, Super Detective, Street and Smith's Detective Story magazine. This is a True Detective, Mystery of the 13th Key.
Alex Jones
Yeah.
and Joe Rogan are having special meetings to figure out what to do about whiskey infected by hormones.
Yeah, they were just getting hormones figured out, says Wizworld Live.
Yeah, I feel like at that point they hadn't, like, synthesized them
But they
yet.
were in some ways less transphobic before the 50s. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because then the insecure men coming back from the war were like, oh, no.
Well, because there wasn't a giant campaign, like, in, like...
Well, yeah,
you have
no.
you have to
Yeah.
plant these things.
Exactly, because
like,
they were planted and then they exploited it to be like, no, women
Yeah.
don't belong at work. Get out of work.
It was planted and exploited to whenever they need minorities to hate.
Exactly. No, it's hateful nonsense for sure. I'll tell you that. And it's low shelf suffering. Anyone can do that kind of a campaign. It takes a real genius to inflict it via a game of trivia that you thought was going to be about the movie Pulp Fiction, but is actually about Pulp Fiction magazines and books.
Tasty.
That's some
top
tasty
shelf.
trivia, as you can
Suffering.
see on our leaderboard, where
Whiskey's making the frog scary.
yeah, that's true. Where a suitcase full of piss is in first place, pretty fucking far from all right in second. Dick Books in third. Royale with Shaken Butter Ranch in fourth, and Thulsa Doom Room in fifth. Pretty fucking far from all right. Gained the most points on that question because they answered the fast, gaining 786 points. While Bad Motherfucker gained the least points because it took them 33 seconds to answer.
Ho-ho!
Gaining only 258 points as we go to question number 4.
Pisselmaril.
Barsoom series protagonist John Carter fought for which side of the Civil War before he was shunted to Mars? The
Pisselmaril.
Confederacy or the Union? Barsoom series protagonist John Carter fought for which side of the Civil War before he was shunted to Mars?
Pisselmaril.
The Pissilmaril.
Because we know they had golden light because because Fëanor wanted to use Galadriel's hair. And he asked her 3 times. So we know because it had the light of the 2 trees caught in it.
Yeah.
And each time she was like, nah, you're sketchy as fuck, my guy. And did not give it to her. But when Gimli was like, may I maybe just have 1 strand of your hair? If you're asking, but just to keep as an heirloom of my house, to show that
Your
we're
blonde
like good
hair
friends
still
now because
shines.
your hair is so beautiful and amazing
Yes.
and I'm so simpy for you. And she was like, bro, have 3.
Your blonde hair still shines with the light that illuminated the Pismaril.
Shunted. The Confederate vampire in Twilight was not explicitly apologetic about the whole Confederate soldier thing in the text of the books.
There's a lot of Confederate vampires.
Yeah, no, he was not.
No, he was not.
There was nothing. He
No.
said nothing about
No.
it. Nothing.
But does John Carter have anything to apologize for? 9 of you say yes, 2 of you say maybe not. The correct answer is yes, he does.
Yes,
he fought for
he
the
fucking
Confederacy,
does.
unlike Wolverine. But what he does have in common with Wolverine is that John Carter is described as being immortal. Carter only remembers being around 30 for his entire life, despite having seen many generations come and go. But despite his centuries of wisdom, he lacked the insight to see the evils of the Confederacy or even the practical sense that the reign of the Confederacy would be shorter than Scrubs or the Chris Gethard Show's TV runs. Because the Gethard Show is a bigger part of American history, or at least a longer part of American history than the Confederate States of America.
Fuck you.
And that's why we should erect statues to the Chris Gethard Show panel at every state house in America.
Absolutely.
We need a human fish statue at every swimming center.
Exactly.
So, write your Congress people. There's surely no other problems going on that they need to deal with.
There's certainly no other
And look,
problems
they're
that
not.
they're willing to
Yeah,
deal
I'm
with.
sure they'd. Hey, maybe they'd hold up a sign with Murph's face on it. Or maybe they'd go to our leaderboard, where suitcase full of piss is in first, dick books in second. I can't do a Zoom, but check out my Thaco in third. I mean, Gimghoul might come after them if they do, so I don't know if it's less scary. Apostolius Walk. You know what? Thulsa Doomroom in sixth. I haven't seen it yet in seventh. Roy Martini in eighth. Hello, Roy Martini. Royale
Hello,
with
Roy
cheese in
Martini.
ninth. The bad motherfucker in 10th. Royale with cheddar bacon wrench.
Yeah, just say you're trans. They won't take you. They'll do probably worse things to you.
Yes. And, you know what's one of the worst things they might make you do?
What?
Answer question 5.
Snuck in there, Roy.
Dune first debuted as a serialized story in which Pulp Sci-Fi magazine?
Right on
Analog,
time.
Planet Stories, Science Wonder Stories, or Weird Tales?
Weird tale.
Weird Tales, Weird Tales.
I would have gotten it right if I hadn't seen it in your
I know you
Mind
would have.
Palace.
I know
Isn't
you
that
would have.
special
Well, because we've
of
talked
me?
about it before.
Well, I know because I've seen the art
Right, that's
from
true.
the
too.
title. Pulp Fiction shit is amazing. The art is the best part. Ray Martini, you have a much
Yeah.
better chance than most of the
You
people.
do. It really is beneficial to pop in late. You know, you don't benefit from playing from the very beginning. Of course, the Dune question for Pulp Fiction trivia. It is a key piece of Pulp Fiction. I don't know why you wouldn't think it would appear.
Oh man, Fluval, you should have gotten a gif of the sandworm Shai Hulud playing chopsticks on the piano from the Oscars.
I didn't see
song.
it in the system.
Well, then they're fools.
I mean,
They're fools. Fluval?
yeah, they are fools. I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, it's not there.
Oh.
It's not there. Yeah, unless you know the topic, it's smart to come late. But let's see who was smart here. Is it the 3 of you who said analog, the 1 of you who said Planet Stories, the 2 of you said Science Wonder Stories, or the 5 of you that said Weird Tales? It's the 3 of you that said analog.
Despite sandworms basically being one big weird tale.
That's true. The first third of what would become Dune was originally published as a serialized story called Dune World from December 1963 to February 1964. The second and third parts of the novel were published from January to May 1965 as a serialized story called The Prophet of Doom. And then in 1965, the automotive repair manual company Chilton
But
offered
they're such
Frank
weird
Herbert a book deal
tales.
for Dune. And so, of course, it was published by a car repair manual company.
Sometimes if you think you know the topic, guess again.
I mean, that is true. That is true. You don't... It's very easy to get thrown
Never
off.
know. Yeah, it's also smart to come late, even if you do know the topic really well.
Yes, that's true. And you know who's learning that right now?
Analog is the coolest name.
It is a cool
Yes.
name. Pretty fucking far from all right. Got it right the fastest, getting
Ooh.
784. But I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco. Probably should have come later because they just lost 880 points.
Was Analog also the original home of Foundation? I think perhaps.
Probably.
That's what I would guess based on my like brain. So I had
Yeah.
this big old book of
No.
the art from all of the Pulp sci-fi magazines.
It's Astounding Science Fiction
Oh, that makes sense.
with John W. Campbell. Yeah. But John W.
Yes.
Campbell did a bunch of the magazines.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also, he was editor of Astounding Science Fiction, later called, which became Analog. So kind of. Actually,
Oh.
it's the,
Yeah.
So it basically was. It was in the predecessor to Analog.
Amazing. Incredible. Magnificent.
So the first part was like all preamble and exposition. I think, no, it was just a single short story called Dune World that was then popular and they expanded it.
Yeah.
Or do you mean the Foundation, the first part of Foundation in Analog would just be preamble, and they'd be like, I wonder what this is leading. I wonder what's going to act when something will actually happen. And the answer is kind of never, but
But also kind of all the
always.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's classic sci-fi for you. But you know,
It's a very Isaac Asimov way to do things.
it is a very Isaac Asimov way to do things. And you know what else is done in a very Isaac Asimov way?
What?
The Wacky Ticket Reunification Game. This isn't a raffle. No monetary things were, no money was exchanged to participate, and purchase was not necessary.
Unhappy
And
tickets!
you don't get anything of value monetarily. All you get is to inflict suffering on tickets, as seen in those emotes. Because you see, these tickets, they'd rather be apart, like science fiction and fantasy. But much like Pulp magazines, we're going to force them to be together.
Ha!
Much like you at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Our first ticket. 39669. 3.
396693.
39669.
3 9 6 6 9 3. Using the sphere, I can predict all ticket numbers. The illustrated ticket.
Are you seeing? Are you looking into the future, Wiz? As you have been on your Friday shows.
Yes, with the Quitsats oligarch.
Yes. 97. Oh nope. Ha 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 ha. Our next ticket. 396742.
And
3967.
396742. 3967. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
42.
3967. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Wah! Wah! I'm at a ticket. Wah! Wah! I'm at a ticket.
42.
42. Ah!
Our next ticket. 3965.
3965.
69. It's 69.
Who wants 396569 with Martin Urbano?
Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna win. You're gonna lose, Blogtoven. Our next ticket.
I'm gonna win.
Ah! 396740.
Wah! Wah!
Ah!
Wah! 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 I'm gonna win.
Fluval. Is this top shelf suffering, Flu?
Is this top shelf suffering? Yes.
It's 396740. 396740.
396740.
Fluval. Fluval. Fluval.
Oh, we gotta make that.
Yeah, we gotta make that.
Because right
Gotta
now the
do it.
closest thing we have is Follow the Bouncing Fluve. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Fulu, for commanding everyone to follow the Bouncing Fluve.
Follow him. Our final ticket tonight. 3965 94 3965
94
94 The
3965.
Lisan Flugaib.
Yes.
Pretty easy to make if
Yeah.
you can pull off the scream endings. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The planet.
Of course it's not racist. That's how you make a thing not racist, right?
I mean, if only George Lucas had.
Betrayed. Fluval.
If only the Nemoidians had done that.
Yeah.
Oh, suffer, Opala.
Suffer, Paula.
Suffer. Opacellus koalis. Suffer, Opacellus koalis. Suffer ticket, 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 suffer ticket.
Looks like we got no winners, so that's
no
some tasty
winners.
suffering.
Suffer, all of you suffer. This has been. And now it's time to get back to trivia with question number 6.
Ooh, wait, but what the heck is this?
After trivia, because I started the question already, Omni Magazine editor Robert Sheckley wrote the story Immortality, Inc.,
Ooh.
which was adapted into which 1992 sci-fi movie starring Mick Jagger, Free Jack, Prison Planet, Raiders of the Sun, or Robot Jocks?
I like the name Free Jack, but it sounds like the name of a porn parody.
It does sound like the name of a porn parody. No winners, bingo space. Here I come, right back where I started from. Now, no winners, pretty suspicious for a wacky ticket reunification game, says Blogtoven, because it is not a raffle, as has been made very clear. And let's see what everyone picked about
Robot
this story.
Jocks is
These are all real
rad.
movies. These are all real movies, yeah.
Do they all have
No.
Mick Jagger?
No.
Oh.
No, that's a hint. They don't all have Mick Jagger, so don't pick the one that doesn't have Mick Jagger. Yep, the mech pilots are forced to be illiterate, so they fight.
Oh, that's fun.
8 of you said Free Jack, 1 said Prison Planet, 1 said Raiders of the Sun, none said Robot Jocks. The correct answer is, thanks to How Did This Get Made, it's Free Jack.
Free Jack.
It's a very loose adaptation.
Yeah.
The short story is about a man from 1958 who undergoes a procedure and then wakes up in 2110 in a new body and with a new life.
Well, he doesn't. Well, he gets in a car accident,
Right.
and then a procedure is
Right.
performed upon him.
Right. Yes.
He doesn't like go into
No.
it being
No, no,
like,
no, no,
I'm
no.
getting a procedure.
No. You're right. He's in a car accident.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Free Jack is set in the far future year of 2009, when the super wealthy use the bodies of people who are snatched from the past in the moment before their death and take the body to live forever. So pretty different, right?
Well, they use someone else's body.
In the story.
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
his brain into someone else's body.
But not the moment before. So it is actually similar then. It's
Yeah.
just the plot, the machinations of it are different. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Whoa."
Yeah, and he wakes
what's
up in
this
a-
weird body I'm in?
He does
And they're
awake in a
like,
future where it is illegal to where it's legal to free Jack in public. Yeah. And Immortality Inc. debuted in a serialized story called Time Killer in Galaxy Science Fiction. And does this mention of
Crazy movie. Here's our clown.
Hello, H-Dub.
Hello, H-Dub.
Intern Forest Intern's Forest's friends are having a party that's prom themed, but the theme really is prom, where the theme is one night in Paris, and Intern Forest is just going to insist he misunderstood the theme and go dressed as a mime.
Yep.
So we have to get clown makeup
Yep.
delivered to the station, so that we can shoot him off through a portal, and he can do that and then come back and come to work again.
Yep.
Hashtag clowning chat. But, did all this talk about Omni Magazine make you want to learn more about Omni?
Yes.
Since the very beginning and far into the future, all the wondrous things man sees, experiences, and imagines.
It's just a really cool
Invents,
commercial.
Discovers, dreams, and fantasizes. Are what a new magazine called Omni is all about. Omni, the world's first major magazine of science, fact, fiction, and fantasy. Pick up Omni today to keep and pass
And then
down
the
to
magazine
your
is the
descendants. On
obelisk.
sale now, everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I just haven't seen a commercial that goes that hard.
Right? Yeah.
And, like, I wish more commercials were that,
Yeah.
like, rad about it.
Crunchy.
And, like, all of their, like, a bunch of their ads are that cool. It's, like, look at this one.
Who can really say how life first began and what direction it will take in the future? Omni can. Pick up a copy of Omni Magazine today. and explore a universe of
Exactly.
infinite possibilities. Omni. The first magazine of science, fact, and fiction. Omni. On sale everywhere.
And then it got recommended a Whitest Kids You Know sketch
Oh.
about Doge. Oh, there's also one more of these Omni ads featuring this one featuring an iconic science fiction author.
I'm Arthur C. Clarke, speaking for Omni Magazine. On the first day of January 2001, the second millennium ends and the third begins. What kind of world will greet that first day of the new era? It is the world of Omni Magazine, from the creation of new life forms to the conquest of the stars. Omni focuses upon the ultimate frontier, towards which man must inevitably direct the infinite resources of his mind.
Must he?
Oh, I guess Doctor Who trailer's out.
Fun.
Because it was like, if you want to watch this Omni thing, you'd probably like that. And you know what? Yeah. You're right. But we're not going to watch that now because we're doing trivia, YouTube. Stop trying to sabotage our show, YouTube. I know, it's not a great world, but you know what is great? Our leaderboard. We're pretty fucking far from all right, which is also the state of your world, is in first place. Suitcase full of piss in second. Thulsa Doom Room in third. Dick Books in fourth.
Can we watch what?
Opacellus Koalis in fifth. We'll get that's fingerprinted for sure.
Oh, the Whitest Kids
the
You
Doctor
Know.
Who thing.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet in sixth. Ezekiel 2517 in seventh. Brad's Big Brain in eighth. Royale with the Cheddar Bacon Ranch in ninth. Roy Martini in 10th. Royale with cheese in 11th. Man, I don't even have an opinion in 12th. Now it's a $50 milkshake, which is why you're pretty fucking far from all right in 13th. I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco in 14th. And Bad Motherfucker bringing up the rear in 15th as we go now to question number 7. Which pulp hero's creator described them as possessing, quote, Sherlock Holmes' deductive abilities, Tarzan's outstanding physical abilities, Craig Kennedy's scientific education, and Abraham Lincoln's goodness?
Who's Craig Kennedy?
Is that another pulp hero? Is that the creator of Doc Savage, the creator of Sailor Steve Costigan, the creator of Solomon Kane, or the creator of The Shadow?
I've only heard of one of these. And that's because...
Wait. Oh, you mean of the answers?
Yeah.
I thinking about the people whose attributes were named. I'm like, wait, you haven't heard of either Sherlock Holmes or Tarzan or Abraham Lincoln? I don't freaking know, man.
I also like the goodness of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Like, he was he that good?
Yeah, it sounds like that Kennedy is pro-vax. Where is
Yeah.
Tarantino?
Where is he?
You know, comparatively, he wasn't the worst.
I mean, yeah.
Now let's see what everyone picked. 2 of you said Doc Savage. None of you thought it was Sailor Steve Costigan. 1 of you thought it was Solomon Kane. 7 of you thought it was He Who Knows What Evil Lurks in the Hearts of Men. The Shadow. Well, the correct answer is Doc Savage.
Whoa!
And
Who the
that
fuck
quote
is that?
was from Lester Dent. His
Who-
famed creator, Lester Dent.
Who are these people, Fluval?
Doc Savage
This
is...
one was invented by a writer.
Doc Savage... Of course you got it, Wiz. Doc Savage is a big deal. You don't know Doc Savage?
No, I have no idea who Doc Savage is.
He's one of the early pulp fiction heroes.
Okay.
His real name is Clark Savage Jr. He's a polymathic scientist, explorer, detective, and warrior who has been trained since birth by a team of scientists to train his body and mind to near superhuman levels at the behests of his father. Oh, he also
Wow.
manifests Christliness, according to his creator.
He manifests it.
Yeah. And then he got rebooted as Doc Savage because he was also known as the Man of Bronze.
Why bronze?
I don't know, because Man of Steel hadn't happened yet, so they didn't know how to make it cool. And he was adapted into Marvel Comics, DC Comics, a bunch of other comics. He's just
What is based on him?
a lot of superheroes draw from him. Like, he had a Fortress of Solitude in the Arctic.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, like people because he predates Superman. And he's like a super. Like, people think that they should do a Rock movie with the Rock as him, which I kind of could see.
Yeah.
And according to the Doc Savage wiki, Doc Savage's skill and attributes are: he's in peak human condition. Mm-hmm. He has peak senses, so he has senses far beyond that of a normal man. He's an expert in hand-to-hand combat. He's great at stealth from observing jungle predators. He has a genius-level intellect. He's the smartest man alive. He has an eidetic memory, so he never forgets anything and has perfect recall.
Okay.
He's multilingual. We don't know exactly how many languages, but he's fluent in many. He's a trained physician who uses his expertise to find cures for the good of all mankind. He's a mechanical engineer.
He's just peak.
Yeah, exactly. He's a mechanical engineer who invented items well ahead of his time. He's a physicist who impressed Albert Einstein. His skills in chemistry were used to create a formula that would keep a human in the prime of his life forever, so he created an immortality potion. He's a classically trained musician and violin expert. He's a master of disguise.
He's multi-classed.
He's a master ventriloquist. And he can use his voice to inspire awe, confidence, or if necessary, fear, which also makes him an excellent mimic.
I like that he has super ventriloquism.
Yeah. And he's also a master pilot and driver. So in other words, he's Batman.
Yeah.
Like, he is Batman and Superman.
Wow.
Except, like, much more Batman, except for the Fortress of Solitude. But, like, literally all...
Yeah.
He's, like, the superhero. Like Superman is... aesthetically in the same way, because like he doesn't have
clown.
Because like Doc Savage doesn't have a secret identity or anything. He just is Clark Savage Jr. You know.
Yeah. Does he have any weaknesses?
No. I mean, he's
wow,
like
not
a guy.
even Buckaroo Banzai could beat this guy.
So I guess his his greatest foe and the only enemy to appear in 2 of his original pulp stories was the Russian-born John Sunlight.
Erectile dysfunction.
John Sunlight. John Sunlight is the only villain to appear in more than one issue of the Doc Savage pulps. The character is presented in some respects as Savage's opposite number, mirroring a number of his qualities. He is stronger, more intelligent, possesses greater emotional control than ordinary people do, and in times of concentration or stress, he emits a low growl subconsciously, very similar to Savage's trilling. He is also an idealist who seeks to end problems such as war, famine, or bigotry by bringing the world under his control. So his villain is also Doctor Doom.
He just needs some help to feel sexual after a long day of saving the world. That's why he uses hymns.
Thanks to
so
Blue
that he
Chew.
can be ready
Oh,
for whatever
also,
life gives him.
Doc Savage makes a trilling sound when he's stressed.
A trilling sound.
Though it sounds like bells tinkling in the movie. Because, yeah, there is a movie.
I also make a trilling sound.
There's a
when
1975
I'm stressed.
action movie called Doc Savage, The Man of Bronze.
Who played him?
Ron Ellie, who was Tarzan in the TV show Tarzan, and hosted the Miss America pageant telecast. He purrs when under duress. This is him on the left.
Huh.
And that's him on the right.
Okay. I need him. I feel.
Oh, here's his Fortress of Solitude. A lot less impressive than Superman's. And this is the interior of the Fortress of Solitude, as you can see.
It does really look like he just like walked in on some
looks
like
like he-
and
Yeah,
was
it looks
like,
like-
"This is my house."
It does
now.
look like he evicted some Inuit people. And Rennie has his signature expletive of "Holy cow."
Wow.
Someone named Monk has a pig named Habeas Corpus. He has a penthouse headquarters in the Empire State Building. He uses brain surgery to remove the criminal element from crooks that he captured.
Yeah, if he built it himself in solitude.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, I did not.
He uses Habeas Porcus is better,
Colonist.
but he uses brain surgery to remove the criminal element from criminals he captures.
So he just does lobotomies?
Yeah, he just uses his brain to change them into good people.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they were going to do a sequel, Doc Savage, the arch enemy of evil.
I think if he does that, he's definitely Doc Colonist.
This was filmed in Lake Tahoe.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, this is a gold mine.
Doc actually Savage.
Yo.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Doc's gonna dock.
Doc's gonna dock with an ice pick. He's
And like
gonna
I
fuck up
mentioned,
your
he has been made part of the Marvel universe as well.
Oh, has he?
Yes. And probably the DC universe, but definitely Marvel.
Ah.
And this is what he looks like in Marvel.
I like his tight pants.
And he was a predecessor to the superheroes of the modern age. Exactly. Yeah. See, this is where I got a lot of his attributes from too. Oh, weaknesses. A son of his time. Savage has been tricked by people who acted in ways that were unthinkable of in his time, e.g. the extra-dimensional Decina, who Savage perceived as harmless because of her ladylike aspect.
Decina?
Decina.
Does she sin?
Yeah, and she has a diamond over her crotch.
You know?
You're a woman. I mean, you're not a man. I mean, listen, what's this all about anyway? Says Spider-Man. Decina uses a transubstantiator, which allows her to translate other languages, generate force fields, track energy extinguishers, and travel between dimension and time. So yeah, apparently Doc Savage's weakness is passive sexism. And he has a trademark roadster and an armored tank called the Juggernaut. And he refuses to kill, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, not all. He's no Punisher, you know what I mean?
Yeah, how is Decina listed in the phone book?
Under D for Decina. Also, here he is in DC. Doc Savage. Spanning 4 decades of a Savage legacy. And then it's inspired multiple Doc Savage characters. Including, this is Dark Savage of the first wave.
I like how he's so special, but he, cannot for the life of him keep a shirt from tearing open.
No.
They should call him the lobotomizer.
Doc, he also inspired Doc Fate.
Transubstantiator.
Which is like a
Do not
pulpy
tell
Dr.
the
Fate.
Orange
And
Man.
Doc Brass of Planetary.
Axel Barras. Cinna, duh. Cinna, Dan. Cinna, da now.
And his first this Doc Savage's first appearance was in the Batman Doc Savage special #1. You see what the devils let you see. This place it's governed by them.
Simmer down now.
Decina down now. Decina down now. Swear to me. Swear to me, Decina.
Swear to me.
Swear to me on our leaderboard. Where only Opacellus Koalis and Thulsa Doomroom got it right. Pretty fucking far from all right. Is holding on to first place despite losing 621 points on that question. Suitcase full of piss in second. Thulsa Doomroom in third. Opacellus Koalis in fourth. And Dick Books in fifth as we go to question number 8. In 1994's The Shadow, who plays Lamont Cranston, the wealthy playboy who fights crime as the titular vigilante? Is that Alec Baldwin, Bruce Willis, George Clooney, or Mel Gibson? Scene here is the movie.
The movie.
Have you seen this movie, Intern Cinema?
I have not seen this movie.
You haven't seen The Shadow?
I have not.
Do you know what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
No.
The Shadow
don't.
knows.
I figured.
Thank you. How did this get made? You gotta see it.
Gotta see it.
You gotta see it, says Wizworld Live. It's a Universal picture. Produced by Martin Bregman, Willie Bear, and Michael Scott Bregman, and directed by Russell Mulcahy. Ian McKellen's in it. Tim Curry's in it. Peter Boyle, the dad from Everybody Loves Raymond, and Young Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein are in it.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But who's the star? Who is it? Who is the star?
Gotta see it, Josie.
Who's the star? Is it Alec Baldwin, like almost all of you said, or is it Mel Gibson, like one solitary figure of you said? The correct answer is, of course, Alec Baldwin.
Aha!
It's famed marksman Alec Baldwin.
Jesus.
I'm I'm sorry. That felt bad. I take that one back. Actually, I apologize for nothing. But The Shadow is a 1994 film starring Alec Baldwin. Following the First World War, Lamont Cranston sets himself up as a drug kingpin and warlord in Tibet. And the Tulku, the holy man, it's racist because it's based on something from the 30s. God whiz. The Tulku, a holy man who exhibits otherworldly powers, abducts Cranston and offers him a chance to become a force for good. Cranston initially refuses and is attacked by the Tulku's Furba, a mystical flying dagger. Ultimately, Cranston becomes the Tulku's student and learns how to hypnotize others and bend their perception so he becomes invisible, save for his shadow.
Yeah.
Cranston returns to New York City and is a superhero, so he can just render himself invisible and he can see the evil in people's hearts. And so he's also kind of a proto-Batman.
Yeah.
And I think what's fun is you'll find there's a bunch of proto-Batman. There was also a video game called The Shadow on Super Nintendo. Where you beat people up. Yes. Yes.
This is true.
The Shadow is a bad guy until he becomes the Shadow. I mean, he decides to become a drug deal, like a drug kingpin and warlord.
Jesus.
Like he's a villain until he gets trained by the Tibetans and then for some reason becomes good.
Okay.
That's all that is.
Well then.
That's the story of the Shadow. But you know, we have, if I may say so, another amazing story from Things from the Void.
Incredible.
Which is me.
Yep.
And people being scared of me as they should be.
As they should.
Wait, Hitler being scared of me as he should?
He should.
Is that supposed to be a mustache or his shadow under his nose?
I feel like that's the shadow under
I think it's supposed to be the shadow, but I
and
can't
he has those
unsee
nice,
it now.
full red lips.
Yeah, I can't unsee it now, though. Well, when did this come out? Hitler might not have, probably hadn't happened yet, so it's probably just the shadow. That was probably why they weren't as worried about it.
Well, before that, it was a Charlie Chaplin.
Well, exactly, and it's not a problem. If it's Charlie Chaplin, it just makes it look more cinematic. Almost as cinematic as... Our leaderboard, we're pretty fucking far from all right, is still in first. Tulsa Doomroom in second. Suitcase Full of Piss in third. Opacellus Koalas in fourth. Dick Books in fifth. Haven't seen it yet in sixth. Ezekiel 2517 in seventh. Brad's Big Brain in eighth. Roy Martini in ninth. Royale with Cheddar Bacon Ranch in 10th. Royale with Cheese in 11th. Man, I don't even have an opinion in 12th. I can't do a crash zoom, but check out my Thaco in 13th. Now it's a $50 milkshake. In 14th, and bad motherfucker. In 15th, as we go to our penultimate question.
The
in this game
penultimate question
of trivia. In a Cartoon Network promo parodying Pulp Fiction, the characters who stand in for Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield are Shaggy and Droopy, Fred Flintstone, Snagglepuss, or Yogi Bear. Which characters stand in for Jules and Vincent Vega in a Cartoon Network promo from 1996?
Oh, this is an actual Pulp Fiction question.
Yeah, this one's well, they've all been Pulp Fiction questions.
That's true.
But this is about is it Droopy, Fred Flintstone, Snagglepuss, or Yogi Bear? So far, this is the question most about Pulp Fiction in this entire night of trivia. Will it be for the whole night? You'll have to watch to find out. Stay tuned.
I feel like if I had to cast someone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So is
From
Shaggy...
are you pulling from this list?
And Shaggy is Vincent, right?
Potentially. Probably.
I feel like it should be Droopy. Like, I feel like that'd be hilarious.
You think it should be Droopy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see whatever all of you picked.
It's probably Snagglepuss.
3 of you said Droopy. 1 of you said Fred Flintstone. 1 of you said Snagglepuss. 6 of you said Yogi Bear. I mean, why is Papa Smurf corrupted by his own power? We were all of us smurfed. Well, let's watch the bumper to find out the correct answer.
Remember too late.
You remembered. Interesting.
To Tell me again about the 79 countries.
It's like this.
I was
Cartoon
right!
Network's the same in those countries as it is here, except for little differences.
Example.
Okay. Know what they call pound puppies in Paris?
They don't call them pound puppies.
Nah, they don't have pounds in France. They have the metric system.
Then what do they call them?
They call them Les Puppies Royale.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, what do they call Smurfs in Spain?
Like a Smurf is a Smurf. They just call them Los Smurfs.
Los Smurfs?
Yeah, and in Morocco, Morocco mole is just called mole. Wow, 200 million served.
I can't see over the wheel.
Yep. I am so glad
Yeah.
they made the funniest choice.
I also like, I can't see over the wheel. You should have. So you made a terrible error in judgment.
Terrible error.
Yeah, Morocco mole is just called mole is funny.
Yeah.
It's also nice when you see a cartoon thing from the 90s, you're like, oh, this aged fine.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Good. But yeah, so as you see, that means merely 3 of you got it correct,
Ah.
with 8 of you being horribly mistaken. And the 3 that got it right, to give them their flowers and make the rest of you suffer more, are Royale with cheese, Roy Martini, and a suitcase full of piss. And that's why a suitcase full of piss is still holding on to the lead. Oh, pretty fucking far from all right. Isn't that fucking far from all right? Because they're in second. Thulsa Doom Room in third. Opacellus Koalas in fourth. Dick Books in fifth. I haven't seen it yet in sixth. Roy Martini in seventh. Royale with cheese in eighth. Brad's Big Brain in ninth. Ezekiel 2517 in 10th. Royale with Cheddar Bacon Ranch in 11th. Man, I don't even have an opinion in 12th.
To your feet.
Now it's the $50 milkshake in 13th. I can't do a Clash of Zoom, but just check out my Thaco. In 14th, and Bad Motherfucker in 15th place. And of course, Royale with Cheese gained the most points on that question, getting 876, while Bad Motherfucker lost the most points, losing 690. And Royale with Cheese answered the fastest overall, answering in a mere 5.577 seconds. As we now go to our final. How you doing, Cool Sheev? Ow! As we go to our final question, but first, wager your points.
Wager them.
Wager your points for this final Pulp
Do you have
Fiction
any
trivia question.
Hints about what it'll be about?
It's about Pulp Fiction.
Thank you for that hint, Fluval.
It's about Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
Fiction. It's about Pulp Fiction. All in, baby, and then probably won't answer, says Blogthoven. Is it, though? All in, baby. I've done much better on Pulp Fiction than Pulp Fiction, if you know what I mean, says WizWorld Live. I added, if you know what I mean. That was my editorializing. Yeah, I did pop those peas, which is a thing everyone loves hearing. People love it when you pop those peas. Pop. How many F-bombs are in Pulp Fiction? Type in your answer.
Type them.
How many F-bombs are in Pulp Fiction? Type in your answer, and don't be a square. Fuck you. Since it's real live. Now you have to type in a number.
What the hell?
Exactly, David. Well, let's see what you picked. Two of you said 69. One of you said 145. One of you said 420. One of you said 42. One of you said 74. One said 112. One said 157. One of you said 32. So I'll tell you this. None of those are right. Do we Prices Right it, or do they all get it wrong?
We got a Prices Right it.
So closest without going over.
Closest without going over.
Okay, well, congratulations. That means one of you got it right. And whoever picked 157 gets it right. And it changed because the correct answer is 265.
265.
There are 200. Okay.
All wrong. They're all wrong. All of them are wrong.
Oh, I can't. They won't let me undo. Oh, there it goes.
You're all wrong. You're all so wrong.
Doesn't let me undo it.
It would be dishonorable,
Yes.
Liz. It would be.
Well, you didn't guess it, though. You didn't put it in. Oh, you would be you. I see.
Yeah.
Well. There we go. You lost your points again. If you want to be so honorable, I guess I won't give you anything, and it'll just be the brutality of trivia on full display.
Love the brutality of trivia.
I do too. Let's wrap it up and see who won our game of Pulp Fiction trivia. Your winners are, in third place, none other than a suitcase full of piss.
Suitcase full of
with
piss.
22 points.
Oh, love that.
In second place, Roy Martini snuck in with 123 points.
123.
And your winner, they might say they're pretty fucking far from all right, but they won the game of trivia. Congratulations to Pretty Fucking Far From All Right. You win our game of Pulp Fiction trivia.
You're pretty all right, my friend.
Maddie.
Is it you, Maddie?
Is it you? Are you pretty far from fucking all right?
Who is it?
And I mean, is that your name, not just your current state of being? Woo! Oh no, you're wooing for the winner. If you
Who's the winner?
If you were playing, if you're playing under the name Pretty Fucking Far From All Right, tell us. Oh yeah, you have a great Thaco. The only way to win is not to play. That is not true, Blogtoven. Not playing is the way to make sure you don't win.
Exactly.
We're not going to declare a winner who didn't play. Who won the game?
Tell us if you won. You have to tell us.
Redactron, is it you? You have to tell us.
Redactron.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, Blog.
It's not you, Blog.
Redactron, you have to tell us. It's against the law to not tell us. It's the law.
Blog, if it's you, send us a screenshot. Because I don't believe that that's you.
Redactron says they're obviously the piss one.
Okay.
That is very Redactron. Who are you?
This is the law.
You don't have to. You can also DM us if you don't want everyone to know.
No, I want everyone to know.
Okay.
You have to out yourself. It's against the rules. What if they left?
Are we allowed to demand people out themselves on Twitch?
Yes. Only if it's about trivia.
Wiz gave up the win. Blog says I won. Is it really Blog? It can't be Blog. It can't be Blog. There's
Is it
no...
you, H-Dub?
No, H-Dub came way later. That person was here from earlier.
Tell us. You have to tell us.
I'm not destroying a planet until you tell us.
Yeah, we're not destroying a planet.
So if you want to... If you want to see a planet destroyed, you got to tell us.
Well, thank you for outing yourself.
Thank you for outing yourself, H-Dub. I believe you, Blog. Oh, it is Blog.
It is?
Yeah, it is Blog.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Blog sent me a screenshot.
Wait, really? Is it photoshopped?
No. No, and it's on mobile, so I don't think he just inspected
really?
Element or anything. Yeah, it's Blog. Yeah, congratulations, Blog. You passed my test, by the way. I obviously knew it was Blog the whole time, and I just wanted to see if Blog would prove it by sending a screenshot. And so because Blog did, why, you know what that means. It's time for something everyone gets to enjoy. We threw in some extra planet destroys for you, Blog, and congratulations for your win, because you're pretty fucking far from all right, but we hope those planet destroys got you even farther from all right. I do like that you are the only person where we're like, no, you have to send us a screenshot to prove you won. Everyone else is like, just type it in the chat, we believe you. But Blog, it's like, prove it, buddy, prove it, pal. Yeah, the guy who's too afraid to touch anything in StreamYard photos hops on the fly now. Yeah. No, exactly. It's been a long road getting from there to here. And be sure to check out my latest travelogue on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I went back to LA in November 2024 and went to a bunch of places, including
Somebody said that in a blog. It has to be true.
I did essentially say it in a blog, and it is true. Check it out.
Yes.
You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It was just post-credits last time. Let's watch it again. Look at me. I'm an upright citizen. This museum belongs in a museum. Yes, run to the museum. Awoo! I sense Phony is with us in this Chili's tonight. Yes, I'd like to make a collect call. The creature with the atom brain is a good friend of mine. Duel of the Titans sounds like a great trivia competition. I've lived before and I'll live again. Phony, what is this, a crossover episode? Well, I like the TV part. It's trivia time. Can you unscramble these states? I hate everything about this sign. Let me reboot Farscape. Give me Dargo's Qualta Blade. Let me meet Rigel!
Incredible.
Let me meet Rigel Henson. I know you're listening, Brian. Let me reboot Rigel.
We know you're listening,
Let me
Brian.
meet Rigel. Give me Dargo's Qualta Blade. I will keep watching Farscape until you do.
That is true, blog. Your point total at the end, I was like, that
Yes.
person may not even be here still because they clearly didn't answer the last
Yes, you did tell me your strategy. Yeah, me and that little pervert would be too much to handle for the whole damn universe. I tried calling Rigel a little pervert in the Farscape channel and it wouldn't let me.
He is a little pervert.
I know. You can't say pervert in their chat. Yeah, it did include I won on it. That's true. Farscape is an Australian-American science fiction television series conceived by Rock and Yes O'Bannon and produced by the Jim Henson Company, originally for the 9 Network. Does that answer your question, H-Dub? Or do you need more information about it? Because it's also... The Jim Henson Company is also credited with the many alien looks, makeup, and prosthetics. 2 regular characters on the show, the animatronic puppets Rigel and Pilot, were entirely Henson Creature Shop creations. Although the series was planned for 5 seasons... You betray the law! It was abruptly canceled after production ended on its 4th season, thus finishing the series on a cliffhanger. Co-producer Brian Henson later secured the rights to Farscape, paving the way for a 3-hour miniseries, Farscape: The Peacekeeper Wars, which Henson himself directed in 2007. It was announced that the creator was returning for a web series, which never happened. Though production has been repeatedly delayed. In December 2008, a comic book miniseries was released in continuity of both the television show and the potential online series. Farscape features a diverse ensemble of characters who are initially escaping from corrupt authorities in the form of a militaristic organization called the Peacekeepers. The protagonists live inside a large biomechanical ship called Moya, which is a living entity. In the first episode, they are joined by the main character, John Crichton, Ben Browder, a modern-day American astronaut who accidentally flies into a wormhole near Earth during an experimental space flight. On the same day, another stranger is picked up by Moya, a peacekeeper named Aaron's son, Claudia Black. Though despite his best intentions, Crichton makes enemies, the primary one being Scorpius. And the show gradually unfolds progressive story arcs, beginning with their recapture by the Peacekeepers, followed by Crichton's search to find another wormhole back to Earth, an eventual arms race for the wormhole technology weapons. Secondary arcs explore the way in which the characters change due to their influences and adventures together, most notably Crichton and his obsession with wormhole technology, his relationship with Aaron, and the neural clone of Scorpius in his brain that haunts him. The series was originally conceived in the early 1990s by Rock and Yes O'Bannon and Brian Henson under the title Space Chase. The series is told in a serialized format, with each episode involving a self-contained story while contributing to a larger storyline. Nearly the entire cast originates from Australia and New Zealand, except for Ben Browder, who is an American actor. Farscape's characters frequently make work of slang, such as Sprell, Ren, and Hesmana as a substitute for English experts. Farscape ran on the Australian TV channel 9 Network.